We begin this morning with this top story, the first big test of a new era of immigration along the U.S.-Mexico border. Tens of thousands of migrants are seeking refuge after the pandemic-era border restrictions policy known as Title 42 expired just before midnight on Thursday. The Biden administration is battling court challenges from both sides of the aisle that claim they could hamper their ability to handle historically high levels of border crossings in the weeks ahead. The unprecedented chaos and surge of migrants some lawmakers warned about did not come in the first 24 hours after the policy officially ended. But now there's a wave of fear and uncertainty along the southern border. Christina Ruffini reports from the White House. Christina, good morning.
Good morning. As you mentioned, border officials say they didn't see a significant uptick in the number of migrants at the border ahead of the expiration of that law. But administration officials say they're doing the best they can with a broken system and limited resources. At checkpoints along the U.S.-Mexico border, crowding, confusion, and frustration on both sides of the fence. I'm going to cross into the U.S. through the river, says Jesus Bravo, a 23-year-old from Venezuela, after days of trying and failing to get an online immigration appointment. They never reply, he says, so I'll have to cross through the river like everybody else.
We have had a plan for more than a year and a half. We've been executing on that plan, and we continue to execute on the plan. Appearing on CBS, Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas said about 60,000 migrants gathered at the border to await the end of Title 42, a pandemic-era rule that allowed expulsion of immigrants who entered the U.S. unlawfully. The policy expired 1 minute before midnight on Friday. We provide lawful, safe, and orderly pathways for people to come to the United States when they qualify for relief. But that relief could be harder to access under a new Biden administration rule that disqualifies most migrants from gaining asylum without first applying for it in another country. Those caught crossing illegally can face swift expulsion, a 5-year ban, and possible criminal charges.
The president is using the tools that he has in front of him to deal with this issue.
The White House says Congress needs to act and reform the broken immigration system. But Republicans, including Florida governor and likely GOP 2024 presidential candidate Ron DeSantis, are calling for even stricter rules.
I would say the border should be shut down.
Now, also this week, a 17-year-old from Honduras died at a migrant shelter in Florida. He was found unresponsive, taken to the hospital, and later pronounced dead. The Honduran government has asked for a full investigation, and Jeff, an autopsy is underway.
Christina, a separate topic here, not the most exciting one, but it is pressing. The White House dealing with a debt limit negotiations. Where do things stand there?
Jeff, lawmakers were actually supposed to meet here at the White House yesterday. That meeting was pushed till next week. Now, sources told CBS News that's a good thing. That means staffs are talking and potentially making progress. But President Biden is scheduled to leave for Japan on Wednesday, giving these two groups that so far have remained very far apart a short, limited amount of time to get some sort of an agreement before the U.S. reaches its borrowing limit in just a few weeks.
Okay, Christina Ruffini at the White House, thank you very much.